Let's double check to see if all the streams are up and running. Let's double check. It is on Restream, so there's good reasons for me to believe it is on that it is on Twitch, so that's good. Concluded that. But see if it's on Picarto. So there's good reasons for me to believe it is on. So it is on Picarto as well. Oh right, I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be opening the chat, so I'm actually having a back and forth conversation with all of you watchers, viewers. I am a little early though, so that's to be fair. Things are a little more back to normal there. Let's see, and finally YouTube. How does YouTube look? YouTube, what are you playing? I hear the music at least. Can I hear myself now, YouTube? YouTube, what are you playing? Yes, I can. Alright, YouTube is a little slow. Interesting. That's probably due to how I set up the live control room. I don't... It's currently set up to do that. DVR, unlist, analytics, stream health. Oh, there's ultra low latency, I see. I think I gave it low latency though. Low if you want to interact in your real time, and ultra low if you want high interaction and engagement. I don't think I need that much engagement level yet, so let's just leave that alone for now. Yeah, alright. Now, the important part, I need to actually make sure I have a chat open on my screen here. I know you're all just seeing the title card. Alright, I see. So I'm missing one chat, which is Picarto. Apparently Picarto's chat is not supported by Restream for some reason. I'm wondering why that is. It's interesting. So let's see if I can figure out a way to kind of pop that out. It's gonna be a little awkward to kind of like swap between that and Unity. But oh well. Such is life, I guess. And I probably should actually boot up the project itself. Who is watching? Is it just me? It says one person watching from Twitch. And that one person is probably just me, actually. The life of a budding live streamer that only streams on a weekly basis right now. Yes, such is the life of that. The profile image can take you to the channel. Yeah, that's great, thanks. I have been pretty consistent on my schedule of keeping it on Saturdays, so I might actually leave that in. I changed it to 7:30, but it's not Saturdays, that's Fridays. Oh, it's a little stuttery, the graphics right now. That's weird. Where's schedule? It's going to edit panels. Oh, right. Okay, got it. That's what that thing meant. Seven. Save changes. Alright, pretty good. Alright, alright. Yeah, I should switch my screen, I guess. Here it is. I am here. So we did okay, I guess, on our Ludum Dare game jam. Innovation 253, third position. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be a particularly high position yet. A lot of it is sort of my fault in not getting a lot of the features that I wanted done sooner rather than later. Mike definitely helped out a lot on getting the graphics in there, which I think actually did okay. Yeah, it got a 3.4, which is, better than average, which would have been a 2.5, so not bad. Um, I'm not, like, I'm not too disappointed in seeing this. There was a lot of things that I felt could have went better when developing this game, mostly in regards to getting the content in so that I can actually demonstrate a little better what the mechanics that I implemented for this game were. So that's whatever. Things happen, and alas, things didn't work great for me. That's fine. I do have the latest version of the Unity installed, so I figured I might as well get started on booting up the project that way. And sure, here's this. Does this have all the download? No, it just has a bunch of random modules. Okay, so yeah, let's just boot up the project itself. Where is it? Oh, here it is. And I think I'm using the new one. Right, and I've been on the track editor branch for such a long time now. Oh, interesting. So that's been upgraded. Well, yeah, let's open Windows Terminal here. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Git Bash. Oh, it just opens that instead. Great, awesome. Okay, well. Doesn't look like that worked as intended. Yeah. Well, what happens if I just open the terminal as it is? Because I think that should do it. Yeah, and does it have git flow? It's a little bizarre that everything is running at like 3 frames per second. No, it doesn't have that. Interesting. Well, it telling me that it's able to access it tells me that... Yeah, it tells me that git flow, like... I don't know, list? Yeah, it works. Okay, cool. The probably want to be right back card. ready. I'm a little disturbed by how slow the process is going right now, so might want to take off a couple of things. I could probably get rid of that too. I want all my loading screens to have Earthbound music running on top of them. Yeah, so this is the track maker scene. I should, at some point, actually graduate this to an actually working scene here. Oh gosh, there's music in this game. This is bad music too. Let's keep it to none for now, please. Yay! And last time what we got working was actually moving the camera, so that's cool. Oh right, and this rotates the camera in whatever direction. Right, so this is actually pretty darn good. Happy with just this alone so far. But obviously, it's not much of a track editor when you can't add anything into the game itself. So definitely want to start working on that. I don't have a good idea yet on the GUI layout on what I'm thinking about how I want to do this, but I am thinking like adding like a divider right here and then laying out all the pieces that the track is composed of, and you can kind of like click on the details for those, or you can click on like add piece, and it just juts out to whatever it thinks is the last element on the list. And then that way you can do stuff. I should probably somewhere in the GUI also indicate that I have added in these hold the right mouse button down to rotate, scroll up and down to zoom in and out, and hold the middle mouse button to pan. That's probably something that I could probably add in. I should also probably add in something to kind of allow you to change the sensitivity scale for each of these at some point. But I'll worry about that later for now. Yeah, moving the camera is in there. So now we want to probably add an entry called add part. And in this case, I'm thinking just adding like a straight part for now. I'll worry about the details of how that straight part is going to work later. Probably, in fact, with the set straight part, like I might want to add some significant adjustments to said part, so it's just not this straight, boring piece of track. And yes, I'll worry about the details later on that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna get started on. I can try making that work, if anything. And then, yeah, I haven't thought through what else I want to do other than that. So, yar. But yeah, no, what have I added in for the, golly, what have I added in for the actual JSON parts? Because there's a lot of different JSON parts I've added in for this. Runtime calculators, jobs, test scripts. Test scripts is not very useful right now. And then there's track parts, so I'm looking for track parts. Ah, interesting. So this is... Where is this? Checkpoint is an I part, so why did I put it in here? Truly a bizarre question. Don't know why I was compelled to plop it in this instead of the parts folder. But okay. And I have no other parts. That's not great. Oh, I think that was because I wanted it to be able to edit just the checkpoint alone for the time being. Because like I wanted the checkpoint dimensions to be somewhat customizable, so... Right, okay, so that was the original plan, to be able to make it so that you can edit the checkpoints. Have an actual UI for that. Then I can add in the add functionality. Oh, okay. Still, this is kind of bizarre and ugly. Yeah, so here it is. These are the track parts. I want these track parts. Get move versioned items here. There. Fences, parts, triggers. Yeah, that looks alright. It will take me significantly less time to kind of develop the controls for the, checkpoint itself. So I can probably work on that. Nothing from Picarto yet, nothing from Picarto. Okay. Right, and this the edit track stuff. Camera actions menu, track actions menu. This is the one that matters to me the most. Enable this. So we have this localized spacer actions. I might want this. Oh, okay, that's the intent behind that spacer. Interesting. There's a vertical layout group with content size fitter. That's cool. Pardon me. I'm not sure I particularly like this specific setup. I'll have to think about that a little bit, but oh well. Then I think what I wanted was a scroll view. Why can I not see? Oh, there it is, scroll view. Ah. This is annoying. Why did I think this was a good idea? Let's remove that for now. Well, no, I kind of want that, but on the wrong place. We don't need the horizontal. Do we want the horizontal? I don't think so. I'm gonna make sure the scroll view is only vertical for now. But we do want the content, which is currently like that, to include these components. Oh, weird. They've certainly changed a lot right here. gonna remove these actually. Left 62, that kind of works. Right, I don't think that's necessary. Height. Do that. Let's say 62 also on the bottom. Yeah, some sort of random margin in there. Oh, weird. Why is this positioned in a strange place? So that's negative 40, whatever. Right, I can change that to 0. No, I don't want to change that to 0, apparently. That is B equals... I'm telling it to take up the entire width, and then, no, that would be really easier to read. Whoops. There. Something to that effect. This is 816, so... yeah, make that like so. This is really tiny for no good reason. There. Okay, that looks right. Yeah, this looks right to me. Right now the the scroll bar is positioned in a weird place, and I'm not a huge fan of that. How is this anchored? It's right now taking up 0.4, I see. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of where the scroll bar is positioned, so I might actually just position it to the right, which is going to be a left, which is going to be very counterintuitive for a lot of peeps, but sticking to this design decision for now. We don't need this image. We do need a mask though. We can probably get rid of that with a good old rect mask to improve performance a little bit. And I believe I have a couple of scroll bars here. I believe it's negative 35. Yeah, that's good. Take that out. That looks right to me. Where's this weird image coming from? Ah, here. Really don't need that right now. And I created a rift in the timeline. It's missing the scrolling bar, that's fine. I can do that. Auto hide and expand. Not just auto hide. Um, this is going to be the weird part, and I haven't really figured out how I want to do this part yet. Because is the checkpoint currently saved? Oh, right. So I guess in this point, like, where's the menu action here? It's not. Okay, it's not anywhere around here. I really want to do like a huge revamp of how the UI is laid out in the near future, but and like this helper scripts that I'm using to generate it, it's kind of really confusing and silly right now. But yeah, I haven't figured that part out yet. I am thinking, like, what is this using? Is this just using a base air flip drive button? I think that's fine. Something to that effect. Oh, the selector kind of goes off screen. Interesting. I do want to add in a divider. And said divider is going to be fairly self-explanatory. I'll just drop in this normal image. Yeah, and I'm feeling exceptionally lazy. So I think there's a gradient somewhere? No? Some interesting assets I have here. Where is it? Pardon me. Oh, here it is. Yar. Left. Position all the way to the top. Right. Height 2 pixels. Perfect. Probably that is a little thicker and probably a little better for the purpose of what I'm trying to do. Alternatively, I might want to move that a little higher up, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I probably want to derive this a little more to be like a more proper setup than I have right here. But let's just call this part button. Yeah, and I'll make a prefab variant for this. No, I'll make a prefab variant. Because this part is going to be a little weird, no pun intended. This divider probably wants to be a little outside, actually, now that I look at it. No, actually not. Okay. Well, I'm gonna see if I could just leave it like this for now. See what happens. Oh, here it is. It is clipping outside, and that is no good. Really weird stuff happening right here. What's going on right here? Oh no, what happened?
Listen!
Oh! Hello, Taco Pill. I heard a hey listen from you. Is something going wrong with my Twitch? Nope, it's just playing it. Okay, cool. Just checking to make sure. I guess, I mean, you got my attention, Taco Pill. Is there anything I should be listening to? Oh, you just found a new toy. Okay, cool. I'm happy for you. Yes, I did add in a toy so that you can play some sound effects, and I can actually hear them, so feel free to do so. I would be surprised if there was any bits that you needed to add it in, because I don't think I configured anything to require bits to play sound effects. But yes, I wanted to kind of add in, you know, a little game interactivity-ish thing. Something to have fun. Okay, that's a little too much. It sounds like I need something like this. Yeah, from the looks of this, I need to, looks like I might need to make a label itself. Yeah, this is... So... I had this idea of using a list because I thought that would be like... I had this idea of using a list because I thought it was like a good idea to kind of make it controller friendly. So like in this way, I'm kind of creating like a controller friendly but not keyboard and mouse friendly layout. And I have a feeling not that many people who are using controllers are gonna want to actually make their tracks. Especially if the idea is to eventually get this on Steam, right? Then, or, you know, on Epic Game Store or whatever, then people are going to be using mostly PC. And a mouse and keyboard layout is probably going to be a better way of using this UI. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to sit down and just kind of like mock up a better UI for the track editing. Unfortunately, it's not going to be nearly as straightforward as, say, what's the word I'm looking for? So sort of like Trackmania per se, but Trackmania kind of have like all the parts laid out in a grid and you can place them wherever. That's not the intent of this game. It's more like actually Bezier curve stuff. So I will have to think about how I want to approach this. Yeah, let me think about Well, I'll think about the UI later. I think having some sort of at least a placeholder-ish UI to kind of get the point across would be better than not. Yeah, I'm a little confused though why these buttons seem to just sort of disappear in the ether. Because this looks right to me. But maybe I just need to turn off the horizontal layout group or something. Yeah, so what's going on here? I don't understand this. Reverse. What's going on here? Okay, that seems to fix that problem. Okay, does that fix that problem? Yes, okay, that fixed those problems. Weird. I don't know what happened there. This menu should be disabled though by default, so that's correct. Exit prefab mode. Doop. Okay, this doesn't look right to me. This really does not look right to me. Yeah, the divider makes it really, the divider is what's getting me right now. I don't like it. Yeah, this doesn't look right to me. Okay, I'm gonna have to play around with this a little more. Yeah, let's just take out the divider for now. And right now I have something that looks like this. I'm surprised the content, the rec transform is not like taking out. Okay, so there it's actually taking stuff out properly. The animator is acting a little strange then. Maybe that's what's happening. Why is that happening? It's anchored to the right side, but the pivot is on the wrong side, so let's change that. Yes, that looks right to me. Yeah, okay, cool. I think that solves that problem. Then the one thing I said I didn't really like is that it just kind of looked weirdly disjointed, where that button was laid out a little bit. So I'll have to figure out how I want to do that for now, but well, at least I can comprehend this, so I'll just stick with this for now. And then what I'll do is I'll just sort of bind that that button to like a list of parts element. Oh. There. Okay, see, that looks right to me. It doesn't look great, I confess, but it looks better than before. Probably want to pull in a little more gap between that. Anyways, I'm getting too much into the weeds here. Don't need that much. Don't need that much nuance for this element yet. However, I did say that I wanted to get the menu started, so let's actually start working on that. There's the menu actions script. Sure, let's see what happens if I click on assets and open C# project. It's probably going to tell me that I have a Visual Studio update to make because Visual Studio 2019 has had quite a weird number of new updates recently. I did not get water. Wow, I am so unprepared. I may take a break in the middle then just to grab some water at some point. Cool. So now you got that showing up. Nice. Alright, cool. Don't show again, please. Last selected button. Why did I on camera click to show the next? And then it swaps between that button. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why is it not highlighting? IntelliSense is kind of strangely screwy right now. Then track generator. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Ah. Nope. JSON? Yes. Parser. I think I'm gonna just stick with JSON for now. And then what did I call this? Just called it track under JSON. Yeah, I just called it track. Volt track. No, I don't need that per se. I think there's a track generator, right? Yeah, I think that's what I had in mind. I wanted to keep a reference to the track generator. That way. And then this is going to be the weird part. I think I need to create a new button script, so let's comment that out. And then pow 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 pow. Yeah, track menu, generators. This all looks good to me. Track editor. Track actions menu. Right, okay. So far that's what I wanted. And then I probably want to create a quick... Yeah, I'll just say like track part. Track part button. Part button. The button to duplicate for each part in the track. Corresponding to a part in a track. Why is it taking so long to compile this? How many, Oh, there's a lot. Okay, well, there's a lot of dependencies, I guess, on this one. Yes, save that. We want to add a track part button here. Sure, bunch of info, then the menu here. We want that selected right there. And then there's a generator that I want. That should do everything that I should want. Then go to the track part button, have that script open. Pardon me. Then button to bring up the details of a specific track part. This should require a Unity UI and some JSON parts. Require component type of button. Yes. I may want to slightly lower the volume. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. On my VLC player there. We do want a button. We don't want to disallow multiple components. One button is all good and fine. Not much more to add beyond the fact that I want a property here that's probably just like a public button. Yeah, something to that effect. Attached button. I will want text. So I'll probably want using Text Mesh Pro here. I don't know why it's not autofilling that. Let me guess. Yep, that's the reason. Also, it's really weird because Unity apparently now has this UI package separated, and I don't know why. It's a little disturbing on my end of things, the implication behind that. No, not liking that. Oh. There, apparently that's all I needed to do. And then eventually I want this actually correlated to a specific eye part, which is just an interface, so that's not going to be visually this is going to be interesting. Part data. Expect this to be null. The part this button represents. No, I haven't figured out how I want to use that. However, this does... This is pretty straightforward. However, the set does need a little bit of complication. We can update the label if we have the part. And hopefully, this parts button doesn't have a translator attached to it. It does have a localized string attached to it. Okay, so we'll need to remove that. Because the name there should be customizable by the user themselves. So then we'll plop in a good old public const string. I don't even know why I need to make it public, no reason. Empty label equal but no part set. Yeah, I think this can work. And it's almost an hour from now. I am going to briefly take a break so that I can actually grab some water. Be right back, all. Hello! Alright, let's get this back to business. Oh, my neck. Yeah. So, what should this look like? Track part. I wonder if there's also a way... Yeah, let's see if I can add in... This is gonna be a little weird and silly, but, public... Oh. What is the checkpoint generator called? This JSON stuff. What did I call the track generator? Generators. Advanced generator, mesh parts generator. Which is an abstract class. Great, awesome. I haven't thought this through. Yeah, let's just click on part generator. Any generators with iPart. Alright, cool. That's great. Associated generator. And we'll plop in a good old get and set and null for now. And then for a little helper class on my end of things, public track track JSON. Doesn't the generator have some sort of track generator attached to it? It's been so long. Parts generator, yes, it's data. The data this menu is representing. And then is there a setup process here? There isn't. Okay. Oops. Override. It's on setup. Base, keep that in mind, or keep that as it is. Generate all the parts buttons. We'll use the transform button parent. It's part button. For each var part in track JSON the track part part I wonder if the generator has a bunch of child generators. Oh, okay, so that might actually be the better option, in fact. Because I think all of them have the data, yeah, it's associated to it, so it does. Okay, cool. Let's see, let's take the last heart button. Set that up properly. New button dot associated generator part generator. This is using a collection though. Is there a way for me to just add? Oh, okay. I think I had a very different idea on how I wanted to deal with this. Yeah, I had a very different idea on how I wanted to deal with this, but starting to realize there's a little small problem here. And these are all structs, right? No, this is a class. But is checkpoint a struct? I don't think checkpoint is a struct. I would be surprised if I'd made it that way. Checkpoint is a class. Okay, cool. Yeah, that kind of justifies doing this, in my opinion, which is doing this, creating a quick dictionary. Oh, I took that out, bah humbug. I part. Part to button map equal to shebang. Data, we're going to say part track parts And I don't need that actually. Yeah, I'm gonna take this out. I don't want this yet. Clear the dictionary. Really not necessary, but that's fine. Button map dot count is greater than 0, so there's more than one element. Do actually fix me. Clone the button. Update the new button info. Add button to the dictionary. Part to new button. Let's clone that button. Does that work as intended? I don't think it does, so I'll have to actually clone the game object of that button itself. Clone equal instantiate part button. Okay, come on, part button. Transform, this will use the button parent. And this will use the game object. There we go. New button should equal clone dot get component track part button reset the button position. Make sure the local rotation and scale are not wonky. And the position should already be taken care of, so that's fine. Yeah, so this should kinda sorta work. Cross fingers. It should first say the checkpoint name. Or empty string. Actually, yeah, I should add that one more exception. If part data no name, yeah. Swap this conditional. Else if part data thing dot is null or is null or white space. Yeah, I'm gonna use that actually. I don't like this is the case. No name, label. Yeah. I think this should work, yes. Okay, let's see if this does anything. Okay, oh, and here it is, we got checkpoint. Clicking on it does absolutely nothing, but moving a camera does, so that's cool. Yeah. Oh, move camera is kind of weird. Probably because of that. Save it. Yeah, that looks slightly better in my opinion. Having an actual gap between the move camera and the back button. So for the checkpoint, I'm thinking I'm thinking that this whole UI just kind of changes to a new parts. This part is going to be a little, no pun intended, this part is going to be a little clunky. I haven't really thought through this part yet. I was originally thinking making each menu for each part. That's going to be so strange. I'll have to figure that part out. But yeah, well, now that we have a track actions menu, I can at least start working on adding like a checkpoint editor menu. So add in like being able to edit this checkpoint and all of its various different parameters. You know what, this annoys me enough. I should probably put in some sort of like note, maybe on the bottom upper right hand corner or bottom right hand corner. I'm thinking the top might be a good place to put it. Yeah, let's put it on the top. It annoys me enough that I haven't added a note to myself that this feature exists. And if there's a pet peeve I have on everything, it is hidden features. I really do not like hidden features. This looks fine. Oh, right. There's a massive collection of things too, so I did that. This one takes up that much space. This one has a min-max right there, so let's make that min. Mouse controls hint. Do I just have like a label? Localization label, perfect. It's not using the outline thing. Yeah, let's just use ball outlined. There we go. Not sure why it's not showing the boundaries, which annoys me, but okay. Let's right align this too while we're at it. Maybe 62-ish. 42. Yeah, that looks like about right. And make it also 42-ish from the right as well. I think that should be 62 actually. Cool. And the localized string event. Base game. I am thinking this needs a different new table. Yeah, I am thinking this needs a different table. Oh, but I'm already adding all these other stuff in there. Shucks. How much do I want to spend the time splitting these two apart? I don't really want to spend any time splitting these two apart. We'll call this mouse. We'll call this camera hint. Move. With mouse. Hold the middle mouse button to pan. Right mouse button to rotate. And scroll the mouse wheel up and down to zoom. That looks right. Let's also copy and paste this text so we know what it looks like. I don't know why I left this cutscene music in the track list. This is very obviously a cutscene track. Click and drag with the mouse button to pan. Right button to rotate. And scroll the mouse wheel to zoom. Yeah, something to that effect. Whoops, that was not intentional. Yeah, something to that effect. No translation found for whatever in base game. I must have forgotten to fix that. This probably needs to be animated so that it's not this weird awkward thing. Yeah, there we go. So at least I have that on there to kind of tell me that this feature exists and I'm not like all creeped out. Cool. Then I have this checkpoint and this move camera. So now this checkpoint actually needs to have some sort of behavior attached to it. And I don't have a good idea yet on how I want to do that, but I do have an idea. I probably want to move this a little. It's really buffered in a weird way, and I'm not sure I like that. Oh well, anyways, I'm not going to touch that. Not going to touch it! Yeah, I think I'm going to create a checkpoint editing tool. And then I'll try to figure out a way to kind of notify that changes are being made and tell the track generator to update. Update at least that part generator. It's going to be a little interesting to figure out how to do that. Yeah, it's going to be a little interesting to figure out how to do that. I'm going to choose a very crude method where you just edit like each individual JSON element and then just sort of slap a GUI to that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This one's the camera actions menu. Well, yeah, I'll choose the camera actions menu for now. Whoops. Oh, did I forget to bring my brace? I forgot to bring my brace. I'm starting to feel my carpal tunnel hitting me on my left hand again. Where is this? Select. Camera actions, yeah. What do I want to call this? Edit checkpoint menu. No original prefab. Want this to be very different in functionality. Action group. This probably has a bunch of random toggle groups. Don't want that. Oops. Oh, I see what's happening. Yeah, let's save that. Edit checkpoint. No. Actions group. Okay, so it's got this bunch of things. Okay, I haven't really thought this part through yet and I have to figure out how I want to do this. But yeah, let's take a look at what checkpoint JSON looks like. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, doesn't let you search. Great. So I think what I had in mind was that you can edit each of these, like start point, intro length, outro length, and then these triggers. I'll have to create an actual like UI specifically for these box triggers at some point. And actually a graphic to actually visually indicate what those triggers look like as well. Why is this extrude by, expand left and right by? So eventually, yeah, I want to actually add these elements and update them accordingly. But yeah, I'm thinking that intro, outro length, and being able to change the start point would be a good first place to start. And the start point, what is the... Yeah, what are all the parameters for endpoint here? Oh, it's the position, rotation, Z-angle, track thickness, track width, and UV distance. That's a mess. It's easier to do these instead, actually. Yeah, and I'm thinking like I want to add in a slider and also text input as well, so just kind of combine those two elements together somehow. Not sure how that would look, the best way to make that look. But yeah, let's start with these two, because I feel like that's easy to edit, and then we won't visually see them editing in real time, so I'll have to figure out a way to kind of make that association at some point. And then for like any changes that are start point related, end point is a different story, but start point related, I feel like... Yeah, I'll have to think about this one a little more because there's actually critical information right here, such as the track thickness, width, UV distance should be auto-calculated in my opinion, but that one's going to be a little interesting to work on. As well as the rotation Z-angle right here. I haven't really thought that part through. I feel like the Z-angle should be auto-calculated, in fact. Rotation, quaternion, that should be doable, and position. Position's going to be hard. Yeah, let me start with these two, and then figure out a way to kind of minimize the workload necessary for the track generator to actually generate the checkpoint accordingly, because I don't want, like, I don't want it so that if I'm editing a checkpoint, then it causes the whole generator to regenerate all the parts. But if I run like track generator dot generate, so it might be interesting for me to add in perhaps like a dirty flag somehow in these JSON elements. I'll have to figure out how I want to do that. Oh, I can actually just drop it in. They're just classes, so Yeah, they're just classes, so I just can throw in that variable for the heck of it and see what happens. Should be really easy to do, in fact. So let's do that real quick. Oh, and great. Yeah, since this is actually being generated, I should be able to just throw in like an is dirty. Flag to indicate whether a part needs to be regenerated or not. I bet you got thrown in here. We do want this JSON ignored. I do want a simple instance of this bool, actually. And there's a reason to that. Eventually, I have a feeling that with this, I'll need to add in some sort of inheritance. Maybe like a checkpoint is anchored to another thing, so I'll have to have like something to change there. In fact, I feel like this is dirty, needs to be updated. Yeah, public enum. Maybe I'll make a flag. Part changed. Changed type. Edits made. Yeah, there we go. Type of edits made to a part. This also needs a flag. System.flags. Yep. None. We'll say endpoint edits. What's my syntax? Okay. Oh, it is actually that pending. Points of the part. This one is mesh. The parts mesh needs to be updated. Yep, something to that effect. We'll say edits flag. Then... Jeez. Yeah, this dirty is not working. So for now, I think I'm just gonna leave it as a just as a standalone property then. Yeah, and then I'll worry about the details later. Everything about the part needs to be updated. Yeah. Alright, so that's a way of me kind of adding a flag, a signal to tell the track generator what parts needs updating and what parts doesn't. And I can probably make like a function here. Right now it has a generate function. I can probably like go through all segments, check if the segment doesn't have an associated generator yet, create the segment, set up all child generators, set up jobs, allocate the jobs, so on and so forth. So I can like decrease the amount of work that each of these jobs needs to do. Alternatively, I can use like a different function name. This is not a mono behavior, is it? It is a mono behavior. Great. I'll have to think about this one through. Oh well, I'll worry about that. Cool. Update the new button info. Yeah, and we'll just make the checkpoint menu first. checkpoint. I'm sure my capitalization of checkpoints is all over the place. In fact, there's a quick way and easy way to check this. Yes, it's all over the place. I should make that more consistent. And since I'm on Windows, I need to make sure the file name is actually different. Before I go too far this route, actually, I do want to make a one significant. Oh, I'll attach this menu. I think I just need these for now. Ah. On move camera clicked. This part is going to be interesting. I haven't figured this part out yet. How do I want to do this? This is going to be really weird. Okay, well... It might make sense for me to create a factory instead of adding these weird menus. Edit checkpoint menu. Checkpoint menu. And then I'll add in a to-do. Turn this into a factory instead. Yeah, but I think that's fine. I'll leave that as it is. because the menu navigator relies on it. Copy, remove. What about edit? No. Yes, it does. No scrollables here. I'll have to figure this part out. Oops, didn't want to take out the back part there. That's fine. And then the track action. This part becomes awkward because there is a scroll rect here now. What if I do this? This can't be really applied to that specific parts. Yeah, so this is gonna have to be attached as it is. Alright, well, before I go too far, I do want to commit this, actually. Yeah. Adding adding an edit parts button to the track editor. Yeah, and I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right. I think I'll pull in another hour, get those probably text input and sliders in, just to get the final set of like actual intro and outro UI in there, just for the sake of actually having something in there. Track editor. I feel like this should be applied to the there we go. Yeah, that looks right. Heck, I should probably check for whatever overrides there are. Some of these overrides I don't care about. Didn't I already set that? Yeah, track actions menu. I guess it's not saved for some reason. Okay. Bunch of rect transforms I don't care about. Yeah. Right. Okay, so this one's gonna be interesting. I guess I can put in like a weird length thingy. How would I make it look like that? Maybe I can make like a slider at the bottom and the label on the left. So the label and the number on the top and then the slider at the bottom or something like that. It's gonna look a little weird, but I think I can play around with that idea. How did I do this? So this has a horizontal group. I see. Okay, so that's how I did that. Intro length slider. We'll put in a vertical layout. We'll then pop in a horizontal layout group, which will then affect that. And this will be the text input. And this is going to be the word part. Localize label. That is small. Button, what is your label size? You place that at 60, so let's do it that way too. This is going to look terrible, but I'm going to call it intro length. Whoops, not locale. We don't need to add a locale. Checkpoint intro length. And we'll call this intro length. Do we have an input field here? No. Weird. Okay, well. It's an adventure. Base air flip drive text input. Then this one, I should put in like a layout group, I guess. Layout element, preferred width 200, and it has this weird background attached to it. Don't like that background. This part looks mostly fine, but we want these to be at text 60. This is in italics for some reason. The alignment of this is really strange to me.
Space, below the surface of planet Zegas, Samus Aran faced the space pirates. She destroyed their operation, wiped out the parasites called Metroids, and defeated Mother Brain. But the pirates were far from finished.
Don't want it by that much, but I do want it by that much. Oh, this is nicely fixed. Placeholder. Enter here. Yeah. Rec transform 2D, this is fine. At least it's aligning the text, so that looks fine to me. Yeah, most of this looks fine to me. Probably want to change this to something else for now. Yeah, so this color tint is going to be interesting. I think I'm going to leave it alone for now. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone for now. No, interesting. I don't know what this selection color is. Oh, I see what it is. Since it's mostly white, I'm gonna have to make it a little dark. Yeah, apply. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. And then I'll call this... Well, I'll need to add a little padding in the text area, I think. Yeah, so left, I don't like the amount of padding in there. There. Okay. Well, it's not perfect, but whatever. Sure, we'll call this intro length text input. Speaking of localized label, so this thing right here, we need a Text Mesh Pro resizer. And for our placeholder, that also needs a localized string. Not that I think this one needs one. But it would be good to add one anyways. That's what I want to do, right? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Cool. Let's just apply all. There we go. For this text import, there's no reason to have a placeholder at all, so I can remove this. And not revert it actually. Enter length. So that has that. Then let's add in a slider. That part's gonna be interesting. Wait, I feel like I have a slider in here anyways, right? Menu slider. This is actually a really good slider. But I'm going to break it apart. Yeah, I'm gonna unpack completely, take this out. Do I really need this? I don't really feel like I need this. Oh, interesting, there's this thing. Um, yes, I want to add this component to the prefab. Why is this not working? Oh, so frustrating. This doesn't look good. I don't understand why the height is set to 0, but you can still see it here. That frustrates me. Not to mention that the handle is completely gone, and I don't know why that's happening either. Yeah, what happened to the handle? Something to the effect? Yeah, I think that works. that. Parts length slider, something to that effect. Oops, I don't remember what I called that. It would have been nice if this was a sortable list, because I feel compelled to now, like... Oops. I don't know. Something to that effect? Yeah, I feel like that's a little better. Be right back. Let's see. Sure, let's do that. Okay. And that nothing's gonna happen if I click on that. No particular surprise there. Where did I don't use this anywhere. Okay. This is gonna be an awkward hack. Yeah, there's gonna be a little awkward hack, but oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to do it. But what you can do with button scripts, you can add in just an add listener dynamically. It's pretty simple. Open checkpoint menu. Let's call it iPart. Part. I don't know, switch part dot type. Sure, let's do that. I feel like I could just plop this on the button itself and put it in the start function, which frankly might be a better idea. Yeah, since the button is constantly, well, but that increases the amount of memory being used. It's incredibly minor though. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take off some of the event on that button already, so yeah, let's do something simpler. Since this is just a Unity call, so I can just make this, that, say this, button, make that void. Yeah, do something like that. Good enough. Track action. This has a missing thing, so let's unclick that. Oh, we don't care. There we go. Whoops. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this all looks fine to me. Sure. And it's 9:33 right now. I did say I'll go for 1 more hour, so I still have another 30 minutes left. Yeah, let's hit the checkpoint, and sweet, it actually shows these. Method arguments are incompatible. Interesting. I'll worry about that later, because I haven't worked on these yet, and that has been busted, so that's good to know. This part is going to be a little awkward. Yeah, I'm just going to have to put in like a weird slider editor or some slider script editor or something, so that this this edit checkpoint has a reference to that. There's a few menus here, and there's a button. Part float editor, part float slider. Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this naming scheme I got here, so I can play around with that a little bit. Me being fussy about the smallest details. Yeah, let me get a few things in here first. What modification did I do here? Okay. Clicking on the parts button now opens the appropriate part menu. Let's get these menus in here. And then I want to rename this. Parts. Got that. Then click check on enable. The rest of these I don't really sure I have a better idea of how to deal with them, so I'll kind of leave them apart for now. There is, however, a common theme going on, which is helper. Just gonna, that's a very generic term, but sure. What does this sucker do? Oh yeah, that's a helper. Oops, did I screw that up? I think I did. Okay, it's interpreting those, except as track parts, but that's kind of a little strange. Seems to be interpreting most of those file moves correctly. Oops. There we go. Yeah, okay, cool. So far, looking good. Right. And I'm calling this UI group for adjusting floats and JSON fields. I suspect I'm gonna need these, so... Oh, but I'm going to TM Pro. There we go. We'll have to add in some sort of event. I really should, like, make this delegate just a thing. On slider changed, on value changed. Let's pull in like a wool. Is sinking false? On input field changed. Value if is sinking is false. Make sure is sinking is true. Do stuff. Keep the slider from making edits. Return control back. Return event control back to the slider. Void on slider changed. I'm gonna say float value and copy and paste the same thing. Both of these needs to be public. Oh, this does require that I add in a void start. Or I could alternatively put this on enable actually. Oh. Whoops. Make it a lot less confusing. So the event here. Let's update the stored value. Keep indicate UI not to make any changes, not to trigger any event. Do stuff. Return event control back to the UI. Float the parse. This one should be as easy as just doing that. Make sure this UI is open to change. Let's say use slider as basis for setting the value on text input. I feel like that should be relatively easy to do. Text input dot text. Yeah, let's do that to slider dot value dot toString. Should be okay. Yep, start documenting stuff. Also worth noting that this fix me is the most important part for me, the most important functionality that I haven't updated yet. I need to make those changes there. And then on input field change, let's say text, event listener for changes in text input. Um, this is gonna be the weird part, I think. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take it. Oh no, but I don't want to give the user access to myself at least access to that information. So let's pull a region here. UI events. Just kind of make it a little easier for me to read the code a little bit. But yes, we got this float value. I think that's good. Max slider value, max value. So there's just like a wrapper, but that's fine. Yeah, I think that'll work. Well, I should be less lazy and actually do some checking. Yeah, I think that's a better solution actually. So in case the slider value changes for whatever reason, sets the minimum value for the slider. And I think I want to keep fractions in there, so no reason to use whole numbers or whatever. But this should allow me to text row. Right, this should allow me to set the sliders. That should be right. Is there anything in the slider I need to worry about? Aside from those min and max. Oh, these. Yes, I do need to worry about those. I don't think I made any changes. Let me check. Yeah, I didn't make any change. Oh, I did, but alright, these doesn't have any changes. This does, so this needs to be reverted. This doesn't have any change affecting it. Yes. On end edit is what matters here, not the value changing actually. On deselect, that's fine. Very bizarre. On slider change, that's correct. Why is on input field not changing? Taking a dynamic string, what does that mean? It's just a thing. Right, this lets me do that. So why does this not let me do that? This says dynamic string and it lets me do it. Oh, okay, well, something fixed itself, I guess. How? And then well, it's not too difficult here. Apply changes to each UI element. Slider.value equal float value. Text input.text equal float value dot string to string. Yeah, something to that effect. And while it's doing that, experimental packages in use, like I didn't know. Part float slider. Let's say intro length. Outro length. Incidentally, the checkpoint generator is not actually using the flag correctly, so I need to work on stating that at some point. On setup, yes. Bind to the slider events. First off, I think this should be read-only, so... Yeah, does this only get called once? I get the sense it only gets called once. Because that would be what on setup would actually mean. Which is important, but also... I need on-state visibility changed. Visible. Text me update slider values. Sure, I'll just take that and I'll worry about it later. I think I'm gonna call this mesh changed. We're making changes to the mesh, so that needs to change. Update slider limits. The length of the checkerboard pattern. got a minimum. Default thickness, default width. Oh, interesting. I don't have a maximum. I guess hypothetically speaking, like I don't need a maximum. Do I want a maximum length? For the heck of it, why not? I don't think like that's gonna be too offensive when the other parts are supposed to be taking care of the rest anyways. This does imply that if when I'm working on the normal stuff, other parts, I probably need to take into account that these sliders are not going to be useful in those specific contexts, except for the width of the track itself might be useful. I haven't figured that part out yet, but I'll figure it out, I guess. Maybe I'll put in like a weird scale system, might make sense. Man, alright. That looks right to me. The only problem is this mesh change doesn't want, should not be affected by this, so. want to do the same thing for here as well. Well, actually, this doesn't matter because these sliders, it doesn't need to care. Do I need to clean this up? I don't think I need to, because this is going to be destroyed along with these sliders anyway, so it's not like this is going to get called multiple times. I don't think it is anyways. Actually, if there is already is set up there, then oh, I have this anyway, so I should consider using that instead. There. Don't need this. Pretty darn sure this should do the job. Yeah, this is actually a bad idea. On intro changed. Oh, it doesn't like that. This is a pretty self-explanatory event, so I'm not going to care too much about it. About documenting it, that is. Yeah, I think this works. Yeah, that looks right to me. Ugh. Is there something to auto do this? Set up fields. Alright. Let's see if this does what I think it does. I added another 20 minutes to the stream, but hey. There was some intense programming going on here, so maybe it did what I think it did. Oh, there's a... This button is not doing anything, and I wonder why. So I should have kept track of what the heck was going on, and not make so many changes at once. Why is this? Alright, something's wrong with this. Track park button. This does correlate to something, right? Yeah, it correlates to mono behavior. Da. Hey! And this is not doing anything, which is a little distracting. Why are these not doing anything? These are set to 20, the minimum length for each of these checkpoints. So those values were set correctly, but the values were not changing for some reason. Because it was not doing this properly. It also doesn't help that it was not editing the actual thing either, so because the editor edit checkpoints, data is not used anywhere. do something like that. Alright, 80 and 80, good. And I'm changing values, and it's actually changing the length value too. I should probably do stuff. Okay, so some of these text needs to change properly. Yeah, import was not correct format. That was my fault. Edit checkpoint menu. Because I forgot to change the content type to be decimal number. Auto-corrected, yeah, it needs to be a decimal number. Custom caret color. Is there actual carets here? I'm actually surprised it doesn't have a caret. Well, in the meantime, placeholder can be right aligned, but this, or left aligned, but I want this to be right aligned to text itself. So that looks good. So that looks like it's half working, and then, I don't know, yeah, I have to figure out how I want to do this part. It's gonna be a little strange. Oh, I must have taken that out. Interesting. Because there's no alt parameters. I think I had this idea where I want to generate to be like the check if this, right, create this segment, add swap all child, right, let's say, let's add in a task for update. Updating the mesh and or transform to match the new piece of data. Sure. There's gonna be a bunch of errors. In fact, I'm gonna leave this commented out for now. That's a task for next time, and I'll worry about it later. I'm going to call this done though. There we go. There's a lot of renames. That's what I want to see. Adding the checkpoint editor. Adding sliders to the edit checkpoint menu. Correctly syncs the label to the slider to the label. Although I do want to slightly change this. Is it changing the slider's value first? It is. Okay. Apply the changes to the slider first. We want to set that to value. Oops. This will clamp the value correctly. Apply the changes to the float value. Trigger the event. Yeah, trigger the event first. Float value is the old value, slider value is the new value. Apply the changes to the float value. Yeah. This is kind of a silly process. There's already a clamp, so I might as well use that. Actually, I think I can just reuse the value variable, right? Yeah, because it's not a read-only, is it? No. There we go. I think that's a little like it. Yeah, I think I like that better. So it actually clamps the values first before it attempts to do anything else. I haven't actually tested vice versa, but I'm assuming I got that right. I'll find out next time, next stream. Cool. Well, that was that. Yarp. I didn't get as far as I would like, but at least I got the intro length and the outro length UI. So it's just a matter of getting that to sync up, and I'll, you know, the JSON file it looks like is actually being edited. I'll double check to make sure that's the case, and then, you know, I can make it so that the generator actually updates accordingly. I have been kind of not been working on this project too much over the time, but I do want to get back to it eventually. It's going to get very busy for me for a couple of reasons, personal reasons that I'm not going to go into. But I do want to eventually, I guess, eventually start actually making some progress in this very soon. Haven't thought about that said, I don't know when that's going to happen. Again, it's going to be I'm going to be busy for personal reasons for the next probably majority of the year. So who knows how quickly I can kind of get myself back on working on this project on my own time. But I don't know. I guess like once I get through the hard part, you know, making your own track editor and modeling editor, it's gonna be a grueling, very algorithmic heavy process. But once I get that, you know, heavy stuff done, I'm sure I can get to some more fun parts pretty soon. So cool. Well, I hope you liked the stream, and I'll see you all later.